In this video, we'll discuss what to look for in the face when someone is lying. Enjoy.
Hey everybody. So I get asked quite a bit about using face reading on other people. So as I've discussed about face reading in the past, there are two primary ways to use face reading. One is what I call yin face reading. Yin face reading is where we're using the face reading principles on ourselves. We understand the features so that we can ascertain our aptitudes, we can understand ourselves a bit better, and we can navigate life better and more efficiently. Yang face reading is the other side of the coin, where we use the principles to understand people, to read people. And so we can navigate family dynamics better, relationships better, work environments better. There's quite a few applications. And like most things in the East, it's not about one side or the other. You need both. You need yin and yang. We need night and day. We need birth and death. We need fire and water. So that being said, one of the premier techniques that people are always asking about in the context of yang face reading is, how do I know if someone's telling the truth or not? Now, I have another video on how to know a trustworthy face, and that is something that you can look at. But this video, what we're going to talk about a bit more specifically, is how to tell when someone is actively lying. Now, I've got to preface this by saying that any person can lie, good or bad, and you also don't want to look at features solely as a metric for determining whether or not someone is lying. What we're going to be tracking when you do something like this is the Shen of a person. So the Shen is the immaterial, it's the spirit, it's the part of the face that emits light, in a sense. It's the part of the face that you can feel when a person smiles, but you can't really quantify and you can't really touch or measure. So the Shen relates to the fire element. The fire element specifically is warm and it's quick. So fire moves quickly. If you think about fire moving up, the flickering tips of a flame, it's quick and it's adaptable. But if fire is balanced, that flame is relatively steady or moving slowly. When we see erratic movement in the fire element, and what this means on the face is when we see someone being twitchy, when the eyes start darting left and right fast, or we start seeing people's mannerisms, the face start to take on little tics, or any kind of erratic, quick movement of the face. Again, eye contact moving quickly, the face developing some kind of twitch, or the mannerisms of the face start to speed up, or the tone of the voice, which is reflected by the Shen. The Shen and the voice, the tone of voice of a person, are directly relational. So what you're looking for in the context of when someone is lying is for quick, erratic movements on the face. That can be in the eyes, that can be in the eyelids, that can be in the forehead, that can be in the cheeks, but you want to look for fast, twitchy movements. Now, in the context of comedy, or someone who is funny, that's going to be a little bit different, right? Comedians definitely are going to make lots of different mannerisms with their face to be funny. So you've got to use some common sense. But if you're in a situation where you're talking with someone and you start to notice erratic movement in the face, you start to see anything fast or twitchy, this is a sign typically that there's an arrhythmia in the Shen, or the spirit of a person. There's an arrhythmia in the fire element. And the fire element is what houses the spirit of a person, and it's also what needs to be tracked if you want to see if someone is lying. The Shen doesn't lie. So you have to track the spirit of the face. And if you go back to the video that I did on to know a trustworthy face in 30 seconds, there's definitely components of that. If you look at their face, you're going to get a feeling by following that video. But this one specifically is not necessarily figuring out if a person is collectively trustworthy. This is more about how to identify BS in the moment when you're talking to someone. You should see these fast little twitchy arrhythmias. But again, don't get hung up on, well, this person has these features, this means that they are a liar. All people lie, good and bad. So remember this. Look for fast twitchy movements. Look for arrhythmias in the Shen. Okay, fast movements that are erratic. And if you do that, you'll have a pretty good indicator of when people are telling the truth and when they are not. All right, y'all, take care.